can of pureed tomatoes, 4 cans of tomato sauce, and this pan here I've got a little bit of olive oil we're going to use to saute our green peppers, onions, and minced garlic. And I'm going to add our green peppers. Onions. And I've got here about 3 cloves of minced garlic. I'm going to saute all that up. And we're going to add it to our sauce. While our vegetables are sauteing, I have here a half a cup of Romano cheese and mixed with Parmesan. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to the sauce mixture. Now I like a sweet sauce, so I'm going to go ahead and add a half a cup of sugar to that. 2 bay leaves. Okay, this is Italian spice blend that was in the grinder and I've grinded it up, but it's about a teaspoon. I'll go ahead and add that to there. I'm going to stir this up well to get all that cheese to go mix in. As it cooks, the cheese is going to melt too. I'm going to go ahead and add, this is oregano, I'm going to go ahead and add about a half a teaspoon of oregano. I may add more later because I have to taste it. To that, I'm going to add some garlic powder. And we're going to add a little bit of onion powder. Okay, I've sauteed these until the vegetables are tender crisp. I'm going to go ahead and add them with the olive oil and all to our sauce. Okay. I'll put our pan back on. Okay. I'm going to fry a little bit of tomato paste in some olive oil. Put some more olive oil in here. Put our tomato paste in. 1 small can. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add this to the sauce. And the reason that you do that, it takes the bitter out. Okay. We're going to go ahead and stir that all in there. Okay. Now I'm going to take our tomato paste jar and I'm going to fill it up with burgundy wine. And add that to our sauce. Okay, and then we're just going to let it cook, simmer, while we make our meatballs. Okay, I've tasted our sauce and I've decided that I need still a little bit more of oregano. So I'm going to go ahead and put another half a teaspoon of oregano. I'm also going to put a half a teaspoon of sweet basil. And I'm going to give us a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of these ground Italian spices. Stir this up. And we'll add just a bit of this Aussie Oscar cheese here to it. A little bit more. Stir all wipes because you're going to use them later in this recipe. Okay, I've got salt, pepper, garlic powder to your taste. Okay, here I've got some Italian breadcrumbs, about 3/4 of a cup. We're going to go ahead and add that in there. Okay. I've got about a half a small onion, a half a green pepper chopped fine. And here I've got about 2 cloves of minced garlic here. And now we're going to add Parmesan and Romano cheese, a little bit in there. And this is more of an eyeball thing. We're going to add a little bit of Asiago goat cheese. Now here I've got evaporated milk. I've got about 1/3 of a cup. Okay, add that. And we may need some more milk, I don't know. Now I'll put a little bit of olive oil in this pan while we're heating it up. We're going to make our meatballs. And what I've got here is a cookie dough baller, and we're going to try this out. I've never tried it. See how it makes our meatballs. Now I've still got to roll them a little bit. Works pretty good. Okay, we've got our oil warm enough. Now I'm going to take the meatballs and we're going to kind of slightly roll them in the egg white. And if you run out of egg whites, you can just break some more eggs and separate them. And we're going to brown them on both sides, and then we're going to add them to our pod sauce. Okay, our meatballs have been nicely browned on both sides, so we're going to go ahead and add them to our sauce, which is just simmering. And you don't want to stir too much or your meatballs are going to fall apart until they're firm. So you just kind of leave them alone and let them cook. Okay, we've got all our meatballs into our sauce, and they've been cooking about 15-20 minutes. And now you can stir, and I want you to stir very gently. And we want to simmer this slowly for about 2 hours. The longer you cook this, the better it's going to be. Okay, our sauce is about done now. We've cooked it approximately 3 hours. And I wish you could just smell the smells that are coming out of this pot. It takes me back to my childhood. My grandmother used to make this sauce with the smells of cheese and garlic and tomatoes coming out of her kitchen. It was really delicious. I'm going to try one of these meatballs here to let you see. Our spaghetti's not quite done yet. Hot and steamy. No, it's good. That's delicious. And Nikki, this video is for you. Love you, baby.